don't get your knickers in a bunch.
Nobody says that.
So
1930.
Beth Heiserman is here
Oh,
from Reyes Winery
okay.
with wine and some food pairings to kind of demonstrate what they do on these hikes that they have at Reyes Wineries and stuff like this. So our production guy, Cody Como, is going to do it.
Oh,
And those two, we can narrate. We can
Yeah.
definitely narrate what's going on. And you can watch on Facebook. We're going to be streaming. And,
yeah.
okay, Beth Heiserman from Reyes Winery, what do you got and what are we doing right now?
Well, the first thing that I am going to share is our 2015 Cabernet. It's actually a special wine because it's not actually in the tasting room, but every once in a while it makes an appearance. And this past week when I did our blog, I wasn't sure what I wanted to do, and I usually choose first the wine and I write about the wine. This week I actually chose the food of what I was in the mood to eat, chose the
Yeah.
food. And
You had me at food. You had me at food.
and then I chose the wine that paired well with what I made. So this week I took an eye of round and made it into a roast and then made it into a sandwich. So I have a roast beef sandwich here to pair with our 2015 Cabernet.
You have to. Okay, Beth, I'm going to ask you to go slowly because you're a whiz at this wine thing, but I am not. I mean, you know exactly. So when you mention food pairings, just slow it down just a bit so our
Okay.
listeners can kind of take it all in.
Absolutely.
Because I'm a novice as far as all this goes, and it's so fascinating to me. I want to make sure I get it right. So let's say this again. You've got a beautiful roast beef sandwich.
Yes.
And you're pairing it with
A 2015 Cabernet.
Now, how do you? What's the first thing you do with pairing? Like, how do you know something goes with something else?
So I smell the wine.
Mm-hmm.
First thing, what do you get from the wine? So on this wine, I get notes of black cherry, anise, blackberry. It's a little bolder. It's very fruity. And so I smell the wine first. After smelling the wine, I then think of what spices or herbs are in food to pair with it.
So spices.
Yes.
Did you put mustard on this roast beef sandwich?
I did. When I actually baked the roast beef, I coated it in a special mustard that I have. It's a Dijon mustard that has port wine and balsamic vinegar. And then I put herbe de Provence and I baked it with a little bit of the same wine in the oven in a Dutch oven.
Okay, life at your house has to be fun. It really does. It must smell amazing. So, are we ready? Are we going to?
Absolutely.
We have our production guy Cody
Yes.
Como because Kyle and I have to sit back here.
Absolutely.
We have to be in our right minds to run the show. So we're back here. We're going to narrate what's happening. Cody Como, he's our production
Sure.
guy. You guys go to it. What's happening? I'm
Sure.
going to narrate.
So I have a little tasting here.
Mm-hmm.
To go with the wine. So you want to taste the wine first. So you want to get the actual aromas. You want to taste it. You want to see what it's like before you pair it with something.
Now, Beth, he looks like he knows what he's doing. He just gave it a little swirl. What is that for? Why do we swirl the wine before
You want to aerate it slightly, especially wines that what we call tight. So when they're a little bit more tannic or more astringent or have a younger wine, you sometimes want to do that. So it just gets the ions and the atoms flowing a little bit.
Oh, just gets going.
Yes.
Gets it going. Cody, what did you taste? What did you smell? What did you taste?
Well, I don't quite have the same vocabulary, I guess, when it comes to wine. For one, I could say good. It was really good. No, but definitely as far as like Cabernet is definitely what I'm looking for.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still at the point. I know what I want to taste. I don't have the words yet. I'm still working on
okay.
that. But yeah, it was really, really tasty.
So
There's never a right or a wrong. It's
Mhm.
only what you like.
it's only what you like. But you, come on, Beth. You know right or wrong. That's why you're here. You know right or wrong. So is Cody going to take a bite of the
Yes,
roast
so then
beef
you want to
sandwich?
take a little bit and then finish it with the wine.
And then finish it
Yes.
with the wine. Now, he takes a bite. Now, do you take some of the wine while the food is still in your mouth? Is that what you
Yes.
do? Okay.
Yes, absolutely.
I was trying to make that sound not gross. So
So you want to wash it down.
you want to wash it down. So
Yes.
so while there's still some food in there, Cody, you take a swig of that and see what happens before you swallow. His swigs are big, Beth. I don't know if you noticed. Okay, so
I've had a lot of practice.
now what happened, Cody? Tell me about your experience with this roast beef sandwich with the special mustard. It was cooked especially for this particular wine. What happened?
First of all, it's delicious, all of it.
Mhm.
From the bread to, I think, tomato, lettuce, all of it. The kind of fascinating thing was, eating a sandwich, you kind of get all that. But once I went to wash it down with the wine, all of a sudden it was like all these flavors that I didn't really notice before just kind of exploded out.
Oh,
And
Ben,
it really kind
there
of
you
combined into
go.
something a lot different than just the wine or the sandwich alone, and that was really actually
That's
kind of
what
impressive.
happens.
Nicely done, Beth Heiserman. Okay, so now where do we go from here?
So on the same wine, every wine I always say has a cheese, a savory dish, and a dessert. Today I only brought the dessert and the
Yes,
savory.
you
I
did.
did not bring the cheese with it.
Yes, you did, Kyle. Don't touch it. Do not touch that.
So I'm going to give you a little bit more of the wine. So
Yeah, because swigs were big.
So on this particular cupcake, it's a cherry pie cupcake,
Okay.
dark chocolate. So you're going to, again, do the same thing with it and then go on the sweet side.
Here we go. We're going to take the cupcake. We're going to take a little bit of the wine,
Yes.
and then we're going to see what flavors pop out in Cody's mouth.
Right.
That's what we're going to do.
So it's a cherry pie cupcake, has cherry pie filling inside it, and it also has, within the actual sponge itself, there's a little bit of spices like cardamom and cinnamon to actually accentuate the notes from the oak.
when you do these hikes and people are sitting down and having this amazing experience, it's not like, I mean, they're not chugging down the wine and chugging up the, eating the food real fast. They're really experiencing the stuff,
Correct.
right?
Yes.
So it's a process. So the dinners
Yes.
and brunches can be a little bit on the lengthy side because you're
They can.
because you're experiencing, right?
Absolutely. I mean, we've had dinners where they're 3-4 hours because everybody wants to go through each course.
Okay, Cody, before I break for traffic, let's hear what you did. The cupcake plus the wine. What happened?
A little wine, then the cupcake, and then the wine to wash down the cupcake. And the kind of interesting thing about that I noticed was the pie filling. Is cherry pie filling, you said? That really kind of, once I put the wine in, it exploded. It went from I could kind of tell it was sweet, chocolate, and you can get that sweetness. And then once it washed it down with the wine, you could really get that pie filling. And it was...
Oh, this is fun. This is fun. Let's take a quick break. Let me just do traffic. I need to get people to work. Yes. Yeah, some people are going to work. We're drinking wine. Let me just do traffic real quick. And then we'll get right back into the fun stuff. It looks like we're in very good shape. Now, we had an earlier problem southbound side of the 5 at Balboa, but it happened later in the morning when stuff was kind of clearing, so it looks as though we're going to be just fine. You might see some activity near Balboa. It's not a big deal. Other than that, the 14 looks great. If you're going south of the 118, either on the 405 or on the 5 freeway, you're going to get into a little bit of a hassle because traffic is a little bit on the thick side because of some earlier problems that have since cleared, but we just never recovered. That's traffic on your hometown station, KHTS.
Psst. Hey, want to know a secret? Six Flags is open every day, 365 days a year. But that's not the secret. The secret is this time of year is a great time to visit on weekdays and get more rides and more thrills. So if you're one of those take it to the limit adrenaline junkies, now is the time, and Six Flags is the place. Right now, get bigger savings on weekdays at sixflags.com and ride your butt off.
Dunkin' Donuts now has breakfast all day long. Introducing Dunkin' Go-Tos. You know their mouth-watering donuts and gourmet hot coffee, but there's so much more.
2 wake-up wraps with egg and cheese, only $2. 2 bagels with cream cheese spread, only $4. 2 bacon and cheese breakfast sandwiches, only $5. Hot and cold beverages, muffins, bagels, and their famous fresh donuts.
Open early on Bouquet Canyon and on Sierra Highway in Canyon Country. Fast in and out, America runs on Dunkin'.
Life's not meant to feel complacent. It's meant to make you feel alive. The youth ministry at the Church on the Way Santa Clarita believes that students can belong to the group where we will help them believe they have a purpose in Christ and become all that He has created them to be. We want to see God's power come alive in our generation. We love meeting new people, so come hang out with us. Doors open at 6 p.m. and service starts at 7 every Wednesday night. For more information about the Church on the Way Santa Clarita, including service times and what's happening through the end of the year, visit tcotwsc.org.
Are you ready for some football? Consumers Furniture is. Stop by Consumers Furniture today and check out their huge selection of Power Motion furniture. They have the largest selection of reclining sectionals, sofas, love seats, and recliners in the Santa Clarita Valley. Fabric or leather, Consumers has the right piece at the right price to make your home ready for all the big games. Need it for this Saturday or Sunday? No problem. Consumers has same day or next day delivery on most items. Consumers Furniture, located in the Center Point Shopping Center, right below Sam's Club and Walmart.
922 on your hometown station KHTS on this Thursday. Good morning. Welcome to the Hometown Morning Show with Tori and Kyle. Right now, Tori and Kyle have to step back. I know I'm counting myself in the third person here, but we're not allowed to partake in this experiment here. What we have, a special guest, Beth Heiserman from Reyes Winery, and she is here with our production guy, Cody Como, who gets to have all the fun today because she brought wine and some food, and she's explaining and trying to teach us how we do pairings because this is available at Reyes Winery. They have hikes, they have special events. There's a Valentine's event coming up, and this is what Beth. This is what you do.
Absolutely,
it is a true experience. I've already learned so much. We're coming back on the second part of this break, and I've already learned so much this morning. I had absolutely no idea. Take for example the swirling of the wine. I didn't know why you did it. I just thought it was a fancy thing people did, after the wine was poured, to look like they knew what they were doing. But now I know why you do it. So we're now about to, what are we doing next?
The next one is our 2011 Merlot. And since it is morning, we have to have a little coffee. So this wine, we always say, if you're a coffee drinker, you're going to absolutely love this wine. It's the best pairing. So I made a mocha cupcake, and then M&M's came out with these wonderful mocha nut peanut M&Ms.
Kyle, don't touch the M&Ms.
So on the top, I have it decorated with a little M&M that's a coffee peanut, and it goes really well with this wine.
This wine is
our 2011 Merlot.
2011 Merlot.
Yes.
Okay, Cody, you're up. Cody's doing the experimenting here. So.
And you can do it two ways. You can do it first with just the M&M, and then second with the cupcake.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. It's a two-parter. Go for it, man. Go for it.
The M&Ms are just amazing.
I'm a coffee lover, so I'm very interested in this particular one you're doing right now. By the way, you can follow along on Facebook. We're doing this live. We're streaming this live on Facebook right now. So if you wanted to know anything about wines, or you were interested in doing a pairing, or you want to go to Reyes Winery and experience a hike or their special event, I know you have one coming up, Valentine's Day, right?
Valentine's Day. We're doing it on Friday and Saturday, the 15th and 16th. It's a pairing event with our winemaker. Robert Reyes will be there, and we have different courses. So we start off with cheese and crackers, and we pair it with the first one. Then we go to inside the barrel room, where we do salad, our very first course, and we have another wine to pair with that. And then we have the meal, and there's a choice of two different things. This year I'm doing salmon and prime rib, and then I finish with dessert.
And you can get tickets on the website.
Correct. Yes, it's $65 a person.
ReyesWinery.com?
Absolutely.
ReyesWinery.com.
On the event page.
And you can always, like I said, you can get all the information. We're streaming this live on Facebook. So if you're hearing this in the car and you want to write something down, not to worry. When you get where you're going, we're here for you. Cody, what did we do just now with the M&M?
I just did the M&M, and you said that's a mocha peanut M&M? Because the fascinating thing was, when I first kind of ate it without washing it down with the wine, it tasted just like an M&M. Had M&Ms before.
Right.
The funny thing was, as soon as I put that wine in, all of those coffee and peanut flavors just came out of nowhere. And it was funny, because I've had millions of M&Ms in my life, but it was really kind of interesting experience where I just kind of had that candy coating, and then all of a sudden, all the coffee, all the peanut came at once, and it was really, really tasty.
I have lots of flavors of M&Ms.
Now, Beth, here's an interesting thought. He's saying these flavors explode.
Mm-hmm.
When you cook, I was told when you cook, sometimes a little lemon juice, a little salt brings out flavors, right? When you cook. What is in the wine that makes these flavors explode? Like, how does that happen?
It's the tannins.
The
tannins, they're called. It's part of the wine that it's kind of hard to describe what it is, but it's something that you get in the back of your mouth when you taste it. And it just has where it'll accentuate the other flavors. So when you swish it around your whole mouth, and sometimes they'll say you kind of need to chew it a little,
right?
Where you kind of really get it in there, you will taste the different flavor notes.
Interesting.
And sometimes when you smell first, you will smell different than what you taste. Sometimes it's about the same. On this particular wine, it is a little bit different what you smell to what you taste. But once you taste, you do get a lot of that mocha. When you smell, I get more molasses.
What about now? Did you have a bite of the cupcake yet, Cody?
Yeah, I couldn't wait too long.
Okay, so so tell us what the experience was.
It was funny, kind of a little bit similar. Where when you get it, you get all that chocolate with the frosting and the thing, and those coffee flavors and stuff are kind of
they're
more
subtle,
subdued. Mm-hmm. Once you add the wine to it, you get all of that stuff in it. Like I wish I had a bigger vocabulary for it instead of just exploding. But it's funny. It's almost like very familiar chocolatey flavor. We've had a million chocolate cupcakes, and you had the wine, and all of a sudden you notice all those different notes, those different flavors that are kind of under the surface there, and it's kind of fascinating. Well, I've never, embarrassing, I've never like paired wine with anything. I've drank plenty, never actually paired it with anything, but it's really interesting to see how these flavors you kind of know are there, all of a sudden just jump to the forefront.
Do you experience this on your hikes and your events, Beth, where you have novices? Clearly, like Cody and I are novices. We've had some wine, but we've never done what we're doing today.
Yeah.
Do you get those people, the novices, in there, and then all of a sudden you hear,
We
wow,
do.
oh, that's it. Oh my goodness.
We've had people dance. we have had that quite a bit.
That's fantastic.
So now,
real quickly before we have to, because we have to break. Real quickly, let's just run down all the events and how we can get in touch with you. And again, all this information is on Facebook. If you call the station, you want to get in touch with us, not a problem. We'll hook you up. We'll hook you up with Beth. So she's at Reyes Winery. Is there a hike this weekend?
No, not this weekend, but next weekend, February 2nd, Super Bowl Saturday, we are doing a blend event. So it's a red wine tasting event. I've chosen our blends. I have Le Duois, which is a Cabernet Merlot blend, which I have today here for a special tasting. And then also Robbie's blend, Ryan's blend, Oso's blend, all our blends, Julia's blend. And we have different pairings with each one of those. And that's February 2nd at 12 noon. It's $15 per person.
ReyesWinery.com. You can get tickets and information. It has been so much fun. We're going to continue after break. We're going to have a good time here. Thanks for joining in. Let's check traffic after this.